Hi guys, my name is Shelly and this is Chris and welcome to Mammoth Adventures. In this video, we're going to be testing our DNA to find out our ancestry.
In our travels, we visited many countries from the Europe to China to Mexico, the Bahamas. We've been everywhere. And the reason why we love traveling is because we want to know more about the history of these cultures, these different cultures. But the thing that got us was we never really learned more about our own history. I'm Filipino, she's Hmong. I believe I'm 100% Filipino, and you believe?
100% Hmong.
Yep, yeah, so, but I know in the past, I've always been curious and wondering if I'm mixed with anything, and I'm sure you have too. And I'm sure people back home in the Philippines and even here in America are, all our relatives, and even you watching this are probably wondering if you're mixed with anything else. And so we've decided to take on this DNA testing service, and they're called 23andMe. I've got the one that's health and ancestry.
And I just have the ancestry.
Yeah, so there's two options. You can get the ancestry, which goes for $99, and mine goes for about $200. But I chose the health because I wanted to know more about our family and health problems, whether we have cancer or heart disease. So I wanted to go more in depth with that. So we've got these kits right in front of us, as you can see, and we're gonna open them up and see what's inside.
Okay, now we're ready to open this little box of the 23andMe kit. Now let's open this up.
All right, so there's this card that says, "Hi, let's get started." Okay, and yours looks pretty much the same as mine.
Pretty much the same.
Yeah.
It comes with this little ready kit that has the funnel and a bag to put in. Are we ready to do this?
Yeah, there's also instructions in here. No food or drink for 30 minutes. So you can't eat or drink prior to taking the test. They want you to fill it to the fill line, close the funnel, detach, but we'll go ahead and do that right now and show you. Okay. And then you mail it in. So I guess you got to register first. And what else you got inside then?
Okay, we have this little bag where the funnel is going to be in and sent in. We have a little funnel here. And then we have this little cap.
What's this? Oh, okay.
Okay. So we first have to spit to fill the line. So let's
Wow, we got to spit this much?
Okay.
Wow. All right, so here, cheers.
Oh. Okay.
All right, I think we're
So it looks
done.
like we're filled up to the very top of that line. Okay. And now we have to close the funnel.
All right. Oh. Okay, looks like it mixed.
And
looks like the water from the...
Detach funnel screw on cap. So you screw that off. Okay. And then we screw the cap on, the little cap that it comes with.
So the blue's on top, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we want to seal it in the bag.
Does it say to shake it or anything?
Nope.
Okay. All right, so you got your biospecimen bag.
We got to keep this little white paper in here.
Oh, we keep the paper in there?
Yeah, it's a sealing bag, and they want the white paper to stay in there. And you just gotta seal it, and we gotta put it back in this little box here and mail it in.
Does it fold or? Oh, and then you gotta take the blue thing off, right? So take the blue strip off, seal it up, and there we go.
And that's it.
So, okay, put it back in here.
Put it back on there. And we are ready to mail it in.
All right, so there you have it. We've sealed our DNA, and we'll be right back when we find out what our results are.
4 to 6 weeks later.
Hey guys, we're back.
Hi guys.
So it's been about what, 4.5?
5 weeks.
Probably 5 weeks, and we finally got our results from 23andMe. It says here, Chris, welcome to you. The 23andMe results for Chris Matag are in. A world of DNA discovery is waiting. So it's here. I got my email. She's got her email.
Yes.
And we're going to do it right here live and check it out and share it to you guys what our DNA is and ancestry is.
Okay. So I will read your report.
Yes, you are. And if I had to guess,
What do you want to guess?
I'm pretty sure I got to be 99% Filipino. And then the
Nothing
other
else?
stuff probably mixed with, I don't know, I'm guessing gotta be Chinese and probably some kind of European, but I guess we'll find out. All right, here we go.
Let's look. Okay, so I'll press that. Okay, it looks like Filipino and Austronesian, 96.1%.
Wow, 96%. What's Austronesian?
Let's look.
That's weird. So Austronesian. Most Filipinos can trace their ancestry to a migration of seafarers. Today, this genetic signature called Austronesian is found from Hawaii to Madagascar. So that's got to be something like, what, Pacific Islander, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm sure my ancestors were probably, what, explorers, sea explorers?
Yeah.
Something from like Moana or something. I don't know. That's crazy. Okay, so 96% Filipino. So what's the others? Okay, so we got Native American 0.6, Chinese. See, I knew it. So 0.4 Chinese, 0.3% broadly Chinese and Southeast Asian. Oh, European 2.1. Wow, so that's Southern Europe, including Iberian, Italian. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's got to be the Spanish side of my family. Let's see. So that's got to be pretty much the Spanish side. So Western Asian and North African. From, what was that, Caucasus to Iran, Western Asian. Probably South Asian. Okay, well, so basically I'm full Filipino, just only 96%. But hey, I was close. I thought I was 99, but 96. But that's pretty interesting that I've got Chinese in me, some Spanish in me, and so yeah, so that's pretty cool. Okay, all right, right on. All right, so let's go ahead and check Shelly's. All right, so she's gonna go ahead and sign in, and then we're gonna check hers out. Do you have any guess on what you think you are?
Well, I'm Hmong, so I'm guessing a lot of Asian, Chinese.
Yeah.
So let's do this first.
And so those of you that don't know, I guess the Hmong people migrated from China, so basically the ancestors are Chinese, but they're people from the mountains. So, but depending on how much percent, that's the real question, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see.
Okay, so let's go ahead and check this out. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and view your report. Okay, so 99.8 East Asian and Native American, but you're 69.2% mainland China.
Chinese.
Wow,
Okay.
it's only 69, so that means it's about 30% of what? So we've got 10.9 Chinese Dai.
What is that?
Most Chinese Dai live in the Yunnan province and are genetically more similar to their Vietnamese neighbors than they are to the Han Chinese.
Wow.
Check this out, 10.2% Vietnamese.
I did not think that
Wow.
I had any Vietnamese actually.
I
So
wonder
that's
if you're family even knew they had.
I don't know.
Okay, so 9.4% broadly Chinese. Oh, broadly Chinese in Southeast Asia, 9.4%. Laos. So we predict you had ancestors that lived in Laos within the last 200 years.
Which is true, because my parents came from Laos. So I figured that would be
That's pretty
a little bit of it.
interesting. Wow. That's crazy that, so 69.2 Chinese, 10 Chinese, Thai, Vietnamese, Laos, and then you've got 0.1% European.
Right on.
Okay. So much of the Europe was buried under miles of ice 10,000 years ago. Okay. Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so see, that's a good thing about seeing what our heritage and our ancestors from, just to see more into our history and find out what we really are. Your DNA, here's the cool part right here. So your DNA family, 849 DNA relatives. I didn't know I had that big of a family. So Chris, you have 839 DNA relatives in your 23andMe DNA family. So that means 839, relatives have submitted their DNA to 23andMe, and they're all here. So, okay, so your DNA relatives include 0. So close family to second cousin, 0. I have 601 third to fourth cousins, and then I've got a lot, or the rest of them are probably on the fifth cousin. So that's pretty crazy. Wow, there's so much information that you can get from this. So 23andMe costs $99. You can get it online. There's also another package that you can get with the health package, and I believe that's another $100, so $200. But the ancestry is definitely worth it. I know it is for us. I mean, who knew that she had 10% Vietnamese, and I wanted to know for sure what mine was. 96% Filipino, 3% or 2% European. That's pretty cool. And that's what it's all about. Family back home, brothers and sisters, and dad and mom. Hey, now we know what we are, and that's basically it. I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll see you guys on the next adventure.